The Jets absolutely destroyed the Patriots yesterday, 24-3. Aaron Rodgers looked great. He went 27 for 35 for 281 yards, two touchdowns, and zero interceptions. And to be honest with you guys, if you don't live in New York or Boston, you probably didn't watch this game because it really wasn't all that exciting. However, I did have one takeaway that I feel like no one's talking about. That's the fact that although the Patriots lost, their game plan against the Jets was actually phenomenal. They just were inept at key positions to actually execute on it. But I definitely expect other teams to copy this format when going against the Jets. Let me explain. The Patriots' game plan coming into this game was pretty simple. Get pressure on Rodgers, shut down the run, control the clock on offense, and don't make mistakes. That's not a bad game plan against the Jets because if you can shut down the run game and pressure Rodgers, it makes the Jets offense pretty predictable. Either Rodgers can beat you with quick slants or screens. Maybe he'll scramble, but he's not as quick as he used to be. So as long as you can limit him to a few yards of carry and cover ground, ultimately he can't really do damage. Now, if you've got a good cornerback, which the Patriots do have, and Christian Gonzalez and Marcus Jones, and you can limit Garrett Wilson, which they did, and force Rodgers to beat you with Conklin, Lazard, or Williams. Well, as long as you have decent linebacker play, which the Patriots also have, then you should be able to take away those quick slants and screens, which should allow you to get three and outs. Well, that only works if two things happen. One, on offense, you can actually stay on the field and bleed the clock. And two, you can stop the run game and throw Rodgers' timing off with good pressure. That was impossible for the Patriots to do yesterday because their O-line was completely inexperienced, and the Jets had one of the best D lines in the game. So the Patriots couldn't block anybody yesterday, which made their run game stall. And it forced Brissett into quick passes, throwaways, and sacks leading to numerous three and outs. I mean, the time of possession battle wasn't even close. It was a 20-minute differential with the Jets controlling, I believe, 40 plus minutes of the game, controlling the ball for 40 plus minutes of the game. Secondly, the Patriots couldn't stop the run game either, giving up 6 yards of carry to Hall and Allen, allowing Nathaniel Hackett to open up his playbook, who looked like a genius yesterday. And yes, they were able to shut down Garrett Wilson, but Conklin 8 for 93 yards because Rodgers had all the time in the world. Because Conklin racked up 93 yards for five catches, and Lazard and Williams were right behind him, combining for 82 yards on six receptions. Like ultimately, the Patriots were just unable to execute their game plan, but it was a good game plan. I expect more teams to copy it. The Patriots were just completely inept and inexperienced at key positions. Let's be honest, as adults, knowing what to get friends and loved ones for birthdays, holidays, and special occasions can be a hassle. Sometimes giving just a card and cash can come across as lazy. LewieCards remove that stigma and takes the hassle of gift giving right off your hands, allowing your gift to be the card. With different options and your ability to customize the card to your liking, you can now give someone a unique card, a premium card, the one and only card that is in and of itself the gift that keeps on giving, a gift that combines cash and a card. LewieCards, the premier card of gift giving. Get yours today at LewieCards.com. So guys, I'll wrap things up here with a couple of teams I feel like need to win in week three. Number one being the Ravens. They need to win over the Cowboys. And not putting the Raiders away last week put the Ravens in a tough spot. I mean, assuming they lose to the Cowboys, they will be 0-3 in the AFC North, which is a tough hole to climb out of, especially with the Steelers rolling. And after last week's win against the Jaguars, the Browns got another winnable game coming up this Sunday against the Giants, which means the Ravens could be fighting all year long to claim the second or third spot in their division if they don't beat the Cowboys. Number two, the Bengals. I mean, obviously they're going against the Commanders, so I wouldn't panic if I was in Cincinnati, but definitely a must-win game being in the AFC North. You don't want to be down 0-3. 1-2 is you have no choice now but to hope for that, but must win against the Commanders. Number three, the Jaguars. As much as this is a must win for the franchise, this is a must win for Trevor Lawrence. Like, I mean, getting paid $55 million a season must have people scratching their head in Jacksonville. And let's face it, he has a win-loss ratio of 20-32. And with the Jaguars, he only has one playoff win under his belt. So to me, this is a must-win game for him and the franchise too, of course, especially being in the same division with CJ Stroud. I mean, they go down 0-3, which is more than likely that that will happen. They're not claiming the number one spot. And who knows how that could shape up at the end of the year. Number four, the Cowboys need to win over the Ravens. Their schedule does not let up after this game. If you don't beat the Ravens, they're 1-2. And after that, they got a 5-week stretch where they play the Steelers, Lions, Niners, Falcons, and Texans. I mean, you're gonna want to cushion if you're Dallas, and it starts with a win over the Ravens. Number five, the Eagles. They need a win over the Saints this week. They got a tough 2 weeks ahead, having to face the Buccaneers and the Browns back to back. A win here could put them ahead in their division, assuming that the Commanders lose to the Bengals and the Cowboys lose to the Ravens. So if they don't win, they could be fighting all year just to lead their division. And those are just a couple of teams I feel like need to win. Obviously, there are a couple of more people might feel right. The 49ers are 1-1. They play the Rams this week. Lions play the Cardinals this week. They're also 1-1. Broncos need to win. But you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. And with that,